be the Washington Commanders taking on the New York Jets. A happy Christmas Eve to all. What a good one we have in store as we are underway here in Week 16.
Carry here for Robinson. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. Call it officially a loss of 2 on the first play from scrimmage. Second down.
Part of their struggles last week was getting these negative plays on first and second down. That's something they have to be wary of as this game continues.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Second down. Howell now. This one complete to Curtis Samuel. And this will go as a gain of 7 as he gets it to the 30-yard line.
Simple drag route here, lined up out left and tried to work his way back across the field. You probably saw me twitch there, partner, because I think he wanted the ball a little bit sooner. By the time he looked it in, defender was right on him.
Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, C.J. Mosley. Dashing through the snow. And they will finally run him down, but not until he brings this one all the way back down inside the 10-yard line. Well, it's no secret he's had trouble this year with interceptions, and this is a bad start for him. First drive, throwing another pick.
No matter who's broadcasting his game, that's how the conversation begins. Throwing too many interceptions, can he take care of the football? If I were his backup, I'd be edging towards the coaches and saying, hey, how about giving me an opportunity?
Only about a yard there as he takes it from the 9 to the 8.
You know, when this offense gets down here near the end zone, they're going to turn to their bell cow, and this guy's been a touchdown machine all year. Excellent job stopping him there on first down.
And they'll get this from the 8 to the 5. Pickup of 3.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
Rodgers now on 3rd and goal. Buying time to his left.
He's got Wilson, and that's a Jets touchdown.
A great effort there. His 6th touchdown of the season.
And the Jets use the early turnover to get on the board first here in this one.
And he moved left there, Charles. Little danger play. He didn't throw toward that left side, went over the middle. Got the 6, though.
Yeah, he seems like the type of guy that when you told him as a kid, don't touch the stove because it might be hot, he touched it anyway. And this one, he got away without getting burned.
You always worry about the plant foot in the snow, but no problems there. And that makes the score 7-0. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick.
From his end zone is Byron Pringle. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll.
They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others. Where they think they have an advantage, dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
Howell down to throw it.
His throw incomplete.
Anytime a ball's thrown in the middle of the field is popped up in the air, I expect someone to catch it, no matter whether it's offense or defense, because there's usually a great amount of bodies in that part of the field. In this case, no one
third down here. He's got his target. That's complete. And he's going to have a Commander's first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter. On 1st and 10, it's Gibson. A strong running there as he's across midfield and down to the 49.
12 more yards there and another first down. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched him more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
Taken down at the 47-yard line. You talk about this Jets defense.
They are the 22nd ranked unit against the run in the NFL.
One thing players always tell us is that they never really pay attention to numbers. I don't believe them for a second. They know where they rank, okay? They're not quite at the top, but they're far.
Oh, Hal loses it.
And it's scooped up by the Jets. And they'll start with great field position at the 41-yard line.
The start of this game has me doing flashbacks and remembering when I was playing and seeing a similar start and seeing the head coach actually take a timeout and gather the whole team around him and tell him everybody to get it together. Let's get some focus going here, because maybe he just sensed that maybe the whole team wasn't ready to play.
Yeah, well, they've gone interception, now fumble.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Open man here is Conklin. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to third down.
That's a good-looking play to me. The big tight end on a crossing route coming underneath. Sometimes he can gain some serious momentum going forward, can he?
Yeah, he can indeed, and pretty well executed there. They'll run it. Here's Cook. And Cook was fighting for it, but I don't think he got there. Calling no gain there, and it leads to a fourth down. Well, if you look where that play starts, O-line versus D-line, that was a battle won by the D-line.
Yeah, and oftentimes is won by quickness off the ball. Who can handle the guy across from them best? On that play, the defensive line did exactly that.
That's leaking to the right, and he missed it by a foot or two. It's no good, and this will remain a one-touchdown game.
Trying to build on that opening drive touchdown, but the drive stalls out. And then you get the missed field goal here, so they wind up with nothing to show from drive number 2.
Now a handoff to start it out. Robinson. And he'll get it out to midfield. They'll spot it right at midfield at the 50.
Now that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've kind of hit the jackpot there.
And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
I think that's the type of run we'll continue to see throughout this game. The snow coming down, I don't expect a lot of big plays to be broken.
After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports.
Jets 7, Commanders nothing.
Hal throwing on first down here.
Throw right side is going to be caught by Samuel. And to the 36-yard line, taken down there after getting 8 yards.
8 yards on the pickup. Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 36-yard line.
Ball on the 36 now. Here's 2nd down and 2. 2nd down and a run by Robinson.
And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Not enough there for a first. No gain, as a matter of fact. And it leaves him at 3rd and 1.
Heavy set out there on 3rd and 1. Robinson will try to pick it up. And he works his way free all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone. They give him 16 yards there, and it's a Washington first down.
And the Commanders' first down.
On 1st and 10, it's Robinson.
And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage.
The tackle by Quincy Williams. Here's 2nd and 10. Back to throw. Howell.
And it's caught. Touchdown. Byron Pringle. A 20-yard touchdown.
And the Commanders are an extra point away now from tying this ball game.
The kick is through the uprights to tie this game, but hang on a second. We do have a flag.
And they'll accept that penalty.
So I'll leave it at 7 now as they kick it away.
From his end zone, here comes Carter. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down officially at the 21. Rodgers and the Jets now with a 1st and 10
at their own 21. They'll try and start this drive in the air.
They'll set up the screen for Hall.
And he got blown up on that play. Back at the 20. He was unable to shake free there. They'll cover him for a loss of a yard. Rodgers to throw on 2nd down.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Quan Martin.
And he'll take this back down inside the 20.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. And Howe will throw it. They'll set up the screen for Gibson.
And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. A nice little screen. They get 6 on 1st down.
Here now, 2nd and 4. On the draw, it's Gibson.
And he'll be taken down here at about the 11. 2 yards on the carry there, and it's going to lead him to 3rd down.
Well, that's all about doing the dirty work right there defensively. 2nd and short yardage, that's all about plugging those gaps, not giving the running back a crease to run through. And has a nice job to hold him just a couple and force a 3rd down.
And this offense on 3rd down today, they've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This time they face a 3rd and 2.
On 3rd down, Robinson.
And he gets the 1st down yardage he needs before he's brought down at the 6. 4 yards on the pickup, good enough to extend the drive.
Off play action. It's Howell. He'll check that down to Gibson out of the backfield. Touchdown, Washington. Antonio Gibson from 6 yards away. And Washington has taken the lead. Extra point by Sly is up and good.
And that makes the score 14-7.
Kick team out there for the Commanders as they send this one away.
Over 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession.
As we grind toward the end of the season here, and they haven't had the season that they had hoped. So let me ask you to play GM. Where might they look to make some changes?
I think when you look into the upcoming draft, think hard about them drafting multiple offensive linemen. They've got to get stouter up front. And as a GM always tells me, Charles, this is a big boy league, and big people always end up winning games for you.
Taking a deep shot here for Hardman. Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. Picked by Kendall Fuller. And a terrific return as he takes this thing all the way down near the 20-yard line. Foul to the air on 1st and 10. And that is incomplete. Now the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down. Straight ahead, it's Robinson. He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2.
Brandon, we talk all the time about those hybrid players, guys who can do more than one thing. And I think if you're playing strong safety in the NFL today, you're a true hybrid. Part linebacker, part cover guy.
And coming up, sticking his nose in the mess there and making a nice play defensively. Touchdown! Curtis Samuel from 21 yards away. And the Commanders have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. The extra point by Sly is up and good. And it's now 21-7. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. From his end zone, here comes Carter. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
And this is dropped. Oh, it's incomplete. He had a big gainer in his sights, but he could not reel it in.
Concentration, so key on a ball like that. It's hard. I know how difficult it is, but that's a ball you've got to come up with. And instead, a big play is going to slip through their fingers, literally and figuratively.
Rodgers. And Rodgers intercepted a 3rd time. And they will finally get to him, but a great return has set him up 1st and goal at the 5. A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on 1st and goal. They'll run with Robinson. And he gets halfway there from the 6 to the 3 on a gain of 3.
Definitely an important sequence here for this defense. They've had their share of struggles in this first half. They just cannot afford to give up another touchdown here.
Robinson will get down close to the goal line, but not in. And he'll be marked down at the 1. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. Now, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal. Robinson. And he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. And they'll burn the timeout with 5 seconds left. A chance to try to add 3 points before heading to the locker room. And likely time for one final play here in the half, so they will go for it on 4th down. One last shot before the break. Howell. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The 4th down pass from the 5 falls incomplete, and the Jets are going to get the football back. And now we'll get a late timeout as it comes in the waning moments of quarter number 2. Final play of the first half, barring a penalty, as they come up on 1st and 10. A final shot before half for Rodgers. Taking a deep shot here for Hardman. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break.
And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. This snow front that has socked much of the East Coast not going away as we are back to it in the second half. From his end zone, here comes Carter. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. This offense, Charles, had a strong first half throwing the football, at least in terms of yardage, but that hasn't translated so far on the scoreboard as they begin the third quarter here. And his pass is intercepted for the fourth time today.
And he will bring this one back. An interception return for a Commanders touchdown. Slide for the PAT.
He knocks it through. It's 28-7.
Makes the score. Commanders 28, Jets 7.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
From his end zone, here comes Carter. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive.
I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles, if they're going to try to pull off an impressive cut.
And now here is another interception.
Picked off by Quan Martin.
And he's able to get it back to the 33-yard line.
Take over first and 10 at the 33-yard line.
So first and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. A give left side to Robinson.
Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there of holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
From the 13 now, they work on first and 10. Howell, he'll look to throw it.
That's Samuel, caught left side. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Timing is so important on a route like this because he's going to line up out right and then cut straight across the field. I think the ball might have come out a count or two too late because by the time he was able to secure it, not much of a chance to turn it upfield.
And he stopped after a gain of 1. Not enough. Still a yard to go on 3rd down.
Well, they're going to bring in some extra bulk here for 3rd and a yard. They'll run with Gibson. And Gibson looking for some kind of opening, but he has none. They rally up to stop him short of the marker.
Call it no gain that time, and they're going to be left looking up at a 4th and 1.
Joey Sly on for the Commander field goal.
Sly able to put this one through.
And that will extend their lead even further.
So they got the turnover, started with great field position, but in the end, the defense able to hold firm, and they only get 3 out of it.
And I like what you said right there. That defense able to hold firm, backed up into the shadow of their own end zone. The goalpost right behind them. They had to make sure they didn't give up the 6. And, boy, they came through in a big way. To them, even though they gave up 3, that's a win for their side.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive.
Well, it's a game that they would rather probably forget about, at least to this point, Charles. And one reason is turnovers. A turnover on the last drive. They had the issue in the first half as well, and that's really, unfortunately for them, helped to put this game out of reach.
And you know they won't admit it to themselves, but we know that winning the game is pretty much out of the picture now. So their bottom line is, how do they play a clean game the rest of this one, right? Take care of the football, no more turnovers, and see how that works.
Throwing again on 2nd down, but this time it's incomplete. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Throwing now is Rodgers.
And this one is incomplete. Well, we've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day when you feel like an incomplete pass is almost a win for you because it wasn't intercepted. And I think the receivers now, when they're running their routes, they want to catch the ball, but they also want to make sure that the defenders don't take it away.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. They're just looking for more of the same. Great first half so far, good second half. And you know, sometimes I guess maybe, Charles, these coaches, they don't have to tell these guys much when they're rolling like they're rolling right now.
You're exactly right. I've heard stories of some of the best coaches in our time or any time having grabbed their staffs at halftime and said, guys, they're playing really well. Don't go in there and give them a whole lot of stuff. Just pat them on the back. And essentially the speech at halftime is, let's go, guys, and that's it.
Yeah, no one's upset the apple cart so far. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27.
He kept the receiver in the short field, but that let his quarterback get the ball quickly to him before either guy in double coverage could react.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. Howell trying to pick it up on third. Oh, he rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Sauce Gardner picks it off. Well, still down quite a bit here, several scores, but yeah, at least that's a start, Charles, getting the interception here. And look, we're still in the third quarter, so this thing not done yet.
You're right about that, Brandon. This defense, they haven't quit on this game. They stayed with it and got an interception and handed the ball back to their offense. And what you wonder about is the team that just threw that interception, they got to be careful about developing a sense of complacency and thinking this game is over.
And to put it mildly, this is a tough spot defensively. They have to come right back out and defend their red zone. But how about that good first step towards forcing them to settle for at least 3 points? I think they're also thinking bigger right now. Imagine being able to stop them totally and change the momentum.
Another throw on second down, and this one incomplete as well.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable, and that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion.
A gain of 8 there on the play, and that'll bring up 4th down.
I think the training and practice broke down on that play because he simply didn't run the route deep enough to get to the first down marker, despite what was a really nice catch.
And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Jets. With his 6th rushing touchdown on the year, 10th overall. And the Jets' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. Rodgers will throw for it. And this one incomplete. So they went for the 2. They don't get it. Tough there. Good pass. Hit the hands. He just couldn't bring it in.
And every receiver's coach everywhere, seeing that play, focus, focus, focus. Watch it all the way in and tuck it away.
From the end zone, here's Pringle. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards.
At their own 21-yard line.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the third quarter. Your 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
Throwing here, Howell. He'll be taken down. The Jets get in there for the sack. The corner blitz gets there as he goes down for a loss of 7.
Okay, was it a breakdown in protection? Did the running back not pick him up? What does it really matter? Sometimes it's just a great play made by the defense. Big-time sack.
Howell. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. A first down and then some. Give him 29 yards. In this weather, any big play in the passing game, that's just a bonus, right?
It certainly is, but oftentimes offenses think in clement weather plays to their advantage because you know where you're going on offense. Defenders have to react, and they often slip.
We're off to the fourth quarter here on Christmas Eve. This is the National Football League on EA Sports.
Jets 13.
Robinson, he'll try the left side. He'll take this to the 46.
And I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
And they will stop him after a fairly minimal pickup. It'll only be a gain of a yard, and it sets up a 3rd down and 4 now. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the fourth quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete. But the other day they told us when we've got 3rd and 5 or less, we have to be able to convert. And I guess every team would say that, Charles, but an opportunity missed there.
What they were trying to tell us is they believe it's a matchup game at that point. And they liked some matchups that they had, thought they could exploit them, unable to do so on that play.
And the play clock is going to run out here. They're in no hurry to get a play off. The offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted. Here's Tressway now, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. And this one will wind up being down just outside of that 20-yard line. Rodgers and the Jets now with a 1st and 10 at their own 23. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. This pass out wide to Hall. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. Right off the bat, it's a 1st down to start the drive, 12 yards.
That's good for a Jets.
Rodgers now to throw. And a throw right sideline is complete. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. In Washington territory now. Here's 1st and 10 right at the 40. They'll bring one of the tight ends in motion left. Throwing on 1st down is Rodgers. A short throw to Conklin, the tight end. And he's taken down inside the 30. 12 more yards for him there. It's a 1st down. Well, those are the types of plays they probably wish they had made more of in the first 3 quarters. And this deficit going to be tough to overcome here in the 4th. But a nice 1st down and a pickup on that throw.
Yeah, and this is where, as coaches, you're looking for effort and execution, even though the scoreboard is going against you. You want to find out who's going to fight, who's going to scrap, who's going to keep their heads up and continue to play.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one lines up to be incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
That's going to be caught. And all the way to the 2-yard line there before crossing over out of bounds. A good pickup there, 26 yards. First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Now it's Rodgers. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Emmanuel Forbes. And the Commanders are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. Howell and the Commanders come up now 1st and 10 at the 20. He'll get it to Robinson to begin the drive. And he stopped immediately there. DJ Reed, who played in college at Kansas State, made the tackle. And in this situation with a lead 4th quarter, they're liking keeping the ball on the ground, I'm sure.
That's just smart football, but you know the defense has to know it as well. They've got to stop them here. So now we're going to see that loading the box in a big way. 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take, puts a little bit more pressure on your big offensive line.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
He's going to air one out. And unable to connect, incomplete. I'll give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. Here's Tressway now, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. Hardman on the return. A big kick there. We'll call it 56 yards on the punt. And the Jets will take over. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. It's now appearing that this losing streak is going to continue. You know, the coaching staff was confident that this was going to be the game. And my goodness, another interception. And he'll get this back to the 32-yard line.
Intercepted by Washington. The Commanders take over 1st and 10 at the 32.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Hand off now to Robinson. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL. And he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time, so make sure you get in shape.
2nd and 10. 2nd down. Howell now. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Adrian Amos with a pick. And the Jets will have solid field position here as they take over at their 45-yard line. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things. That's caught inside the 20. Big yardage that time for the Jets. 41 yards. Into the red zone. It's Rodgers. Flushed out right. And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up 2nd down. Well, I kind of got to give him credit. Another incompletion there, yes, but he's still trying to make plays outside the pocket.
Yeah, he's been hemmed in for much of the game. How about him getting outside there? And that's what you want to see from your quarterback. He's not giving up on this game, so every other player in the field has to say to himself, I can't give up either.
Here as he's taken down. They're going to need to get up and set in a hurry. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Got a man, that's Lazard. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
1st and goal at the 1-yard line.
Get 300! Get 300!
Throwing is Rodgers. He's got Wilson, and that's a Jets touchdown. A great play there. with his second touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And the Jets have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. Now Zerline on and the extra point. And that one makes this an 11-point deficit now. So time definitely not in their favor. Down 2 scores, but they'll try the onside kick. And this is going to be covered up by the Commanders, and they are going to win this football game. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none. And they'll indeed take a knee. So it's Washington getting the victory here. And you've got to say, CD, it was the defense who had a big part in the W.
No, without question. When